Law enforcement is a very, very dark profession, right? We see the worst of everybody. When we look at these athletes and we look at the joy in which they live their lives, they don't care about money. They don't care about disabilities. They see what they can do, and they take the greatest joy in what they can do, and they live life to their fullest.
Most every law enforcement officer, when we begin our career, when we fill out that application, there's a question on there that says, why do you want to do this job? And most of us wrote down in some form or another to help people. And often as a police officer, you can become jaded and you don't often see the significance of what you're doing and the impact that it has on the people that you're trying to serve and protect. But in Special Olympics, that's very different because you make one-on-one lifelong friendships.
Mikey! How are you? There he is.
I was in Seattle for the U.S. Summer Games a few years ago, and I was taking pictures for the Law Enforcement Torch Run, which delivered the Flame of Hope to the ceremonies. And I knew Michael was going to be there, and I didn't know if I was going to get an opportunity to see him there. Well, I am with the camera. I'm crouched taking pictures of the Flame of Hope as it's coming to the stadium, and I'm hearing this, Frank Toohey, from the stands. And it just, got into my ear where I had to turn around, take my camera off there, and there's Michael and his mom waving, we see you.
Well, my favorite qualities of my buddy Frank are, he's friendly, he's nice and caring, and he sees us as individuals. If we have an event coming up, we always ask the cops to come out and help us, show up. They show up to like all of our competitions, so that we're always, they're cheering the cops on, and they're cheering us on. So
what I learned from these athletes is positivity, brave, courage. We had something where we went to the Winter Olympics, and to see these athletes go down those big hills, that shows that, in a way, they're the superheroes. My first year, when we had to give the medals, and the first place winner came and gave me a big hug, and squeezed me so hard. And he was a small guy, but he was really strong. And my face was like, ugh. And someone took a picture of that. I'm like, wow, big police officer. And this small person just squeezing me tight. But then I just squeeze him right back.
These muscles are for Special Olympics Maryland for all the sports that I compete.
The list of sports I've done was 17 sports. I'll start off by saying track and field. Speed skating, skiing, bowling, bocce, swimming, basketball, equestrian, kayaking, sailing, soccer, long distance running, snowshoeing, dance, cheerleading, volleyball, and flag football.
I'm tired.
Oh, you're tired? You tried doing 17 sports throughout your athletic career.
Inclusion, everyone's involved. Everyone feels safe. Everyone feels happy and included. And whatever the event is, whatever the obstacle is, we're all working together to come to a common goal.
Have you ever been to a law enforcement conference?
It will be my first time, but it will be an excellent experience.
Look at the love, the passion, and the courage of these athletes. If we could all just somehow harness that, it would make the world a better place.
All the love and support that I get from my fellow teammates, my coaches' support, law enforcement family support, and we all help each other out. We work as a team together.
Back in 2019, the Special Olympics World Games were held in Abu Dhabi. So we had 10 athletes from around the world. This one young man was from Wisconsin who was selected. His name was Zachariah Teets. Zach told us from the time we met him, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a police officer. And you know what? You're going to be a police officer if you believe in it. You dream it, it'll come true. Well, Zach worked real hard with a great team around him, overcame any challenges he has, and today he is a police officer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're so proud of him.
This one for the 100 meter. That's a good one.
The first year that we did our Baltimore County Police Plunge, So Monique generally is not a huge fan of swimming in water.
No.
And she did not want to do a plunge. And I begged her to do it, and she finally agreed to do it. And it was freezing cold. And I remember those first couple of steps, you were like, I don't know how far I'm gonna go. And she went all the way out, as far as she could go, to slap hands with the divers. And it was just a really special moment, and just an amazing accomplishment that you did that.
Because I remember my mom said, oh, you're not gonna go out that far. I said, okay. And then I just went out, high-fived the diver, and came back.
And then a year later, she's a super plunger, doing 24 plunges in 24 hours with me. So it's incredible.
Having the opportunity to be witness to the miracles of Special Olympics for 36 years has had a tremendous impact on me. There's a young man by the name of Thomas Smith, a local Howard County athlete, and I kept his picture in front of my desk in my office. And this is Thomas when he was a young child. He towers over me today. But I've had the opportunity to see individuals like Thomas just grow immensely from their contact, not only through the programs of Special Olympics, but with the law enforcement community.
I got something for you. What do you got for me? And you need it in your cop uniform. Okay.
My favorite memory with an athlete, Stephanie, would be the super plunge for sure. So during our super plunge, we had to comprise 24 hours of super plunging into less than 6 hours, and the only way we were able to bear the cold was to laugh about it.
Because she acted like Batman and a zombie and said, must ask you a question. And there's times she had me so funny and laughing, I couldn't even say my own name.
That's right.
Do it. Take the leap and do it. Become a part of our team, because I got an awesome friend out of the deal.
The great lie of Special Olympics is that, oh my gosh, you give so much to them. The truth is they give so much to us. It's just amazing the difference that they make in our lives.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I get into this stuff too much, I'm sorry. If this makes any of the footage, I'll whoop into everybody.